Welcome back. You are watching China Daily's special coverage celebrating the 25th anniversary of Macao's return to the motherland. I'm Lele from Beijing. 欢迎回来，您现在收看的是中国日报澳门回归祖国25周年特别节目《25载引以为傲》，我是主持人蕾蕾。We always say that youth represents the future. After reflecting on Macao's cultural uniqueness and economic development, we are delighted to welcome a young representative from Macao to our studio. 接下来就让我们与澳门青年来聊一聊。坐在我旁边的就是来自北京大学国际经济与贸易系的大四在读学生袁小薇。欢迎小薇，小薇你好。你好。Welcome 小薇 to join us. So please start by greeting our audience and introducing yourself.
Yeah, sure. Hello everyone, I'm Annie Yuan Sio-mei. I was born and raised in Macau. Currently, I'm a senior student majoring in International Economics at Trade at Peking University.
Okay, so Xiaowei, from your point of view, how is the life in Macau transformed over the past 25 years?
From my perspective, life in Macau has become much more convenient and diverse. For example, now most people in Macau, they use online payment or a e-pay system to complete transactions. So now we have essentially entered a cashless era. And I find it very convenient because I don't need to carry a wallet anymore. One smartphone is enough for me to hang out all day. Moreover, we now have a greater variety of public transportation system. About 10 years ago, we only had buses and taxis in the city, but now we have our own railway system, which is very exciting. Now it is even expanded its scope to Hengqin as well. So now we can directly take the metro from Macau to Hengqin. Additionally, I think it's around last year, the Guangdong and Macau governments announced a new agreement allowing Macau vehicles to drive directly into Guangdong province without requiring any mainland license plates. And this policy has significantly facilitated travel for Macau's residents to the Chinese mainland. So nowadays, especially on weekends, mainly Macau citizens, including my parents, they will choose to visit the mainland for grocery shopping or dining because the price levels in Chinese mainland are generally lower. So also there are a greater variety of goods and services. So it has become a popular choice for spending weekends. However, there are also many people, they will choose to stay in Macau to enjoy their weekends because not only has life in Macau become more convenient, but it has also become more vivid. In recent years, Macau's government has strived to introduce and promote international activities. For instance, they have invited various celebrities from all over the world to come to Macau to host concerts and exhibitions. So these kind of activities has brought me a lot of joy. So I'm actually the one who usually spend weekends in Macau.
Cool, that's cool. Now you are studying in Beijing, that's far from Macau. So how is the life in Beijing right now? And how is your study in the Peking University? How do you feel about study there? And do you notice any differences than compared with your peers in Macau?
So first of all, to be honest, I don't really remember my first time visiting the mainland because from a very young age, I was already brought to the mainland because my parents' hometowns are in Guangdong and Fujian. So, but I do have some fake impressions of those trips. My parents often go back to their hometowns to visit relatives during important festivals like Chinese New Year or whenever we have holidays. And my grandparents, they live in a relatively rural area. And since Macau is a highly urbanized place, I could barely see any rural landscapes in the city. Therefore, when I visit my parents' hometowns, I had the chance to experience rural life by myself. My grandparents often planted vegetables themselves, and sometimes they will ask me to help them as well. I found this to be a really cute and memorable experience. And in terms of studying at PKU, the most prestigious university in China, it comes with a lot of workload and stress. especially because PKU gets elite students not only from China, but all over the world. At first, I found it quite difficult to adapt to this highly competitive environment. But fortunately, my classmates, my friends, and my teachers, they were incredibly helpful. They offered me meaningful advice and suggestions that helped me quickly get used to the competitive learning environment. I also want to mention that Macao Cultural Communication Association in Peking University, whose abbreviation is MCCA, I'm one of the members of this association. We held internal and external activities. In terms of internal activities, we held something like freshman orientation camp and autumn festival, picnic, etc. There are a variety of activities. I think having a group of Macau friends in Beijing makes me feel like home, even we are very far away from Macau. And this helped me to relieve stress as well. We also have some external activities. For example, every year we will participate in PKU's International Culture Festival. And at that time, we will be able to share our Macau culture to PKU students. And we will also give out some souvenirs like this. And I was actually participated in the design progress of these souvenirs because I do English calligraphy. So I used my handwriting skill to design the logo for MCCA. You can see a lot of Macau elements on these souvenirs as well. And for example, here are the shadow of some famous Macau tourist attraction like Macau Tower and the ruins of Singapore and the shadow of the famous bridge in Macau. And also in the background, you can see there are Portuguese painted tin glazed ceramic tile work. It is a famous art form that is widely used in the interior and exterior of Macau architectural style. And I'm very happy that I can have the opportunity to contribute my skill to promote Macau culture. And one difference I found particularly interesting is that at Peking or in the Chinese mainland, there is a stronger sense of collective identity. For example, we were randomly assigned to different class groups when we first entered in PKU. There are various class representatives who help shuffling us as well. For example, they will remind us about scholarship applications. They will help us to organize tutoring classes. They are very nice and very helpful, which I really appreciate. Also, there is a class teacher who is in charge of certain class activities. Sometimes the class teacher might also be my own professor. So I can discuss not only academic difficulties with them, but I can also seek advice regarding my career plans to my class teacher. When I ask most of my friends studying in Macau, it seems like they don't have this kind of culture or bonding in their university life.
So why do you choose international economics and trade as your major? And do you have any specific career plan for the future?
I chose to major in international economics and trade mainly because I really enjoy cultural exchange. I think learning about the ever-changing economic trends from a broader and a more international perspective is very fascinating and attractive to me. Also, part of the reason also comes from my Macau heritage. As everyone knows, Macau is a culturally rich city where Portuguese and Chinese culture are mixed. In recent years, the Macau government has also been promoting Macau as a connecting platform for economic and trade exchanges between China and Portuguese-speaking countries. I feel that by studying international economics and trade, I can contribute my knowledge to the construction of this platform. And I think after completing my undergraduate studies, I plan to pursue a master's degree. And after finishing that, I intend to return to Macau, my hometown, and probably work in the finance sector or the government.
So just now you mentioned for many times that you are interested in the cultural exchanges. Then how do you think the integration of the Greater Bay Area has influenced the career opportunities and the path for young people in Macau?
I feel like the integration of Greater Bay Area has definitely diversified our career opportunities. Like years ago, the gambling industry dominated Macao's economy for such a long time. So that becomes most of the job opportunities were centered around that sector. And this left young people like me with very limited choices. Now, for instance, the Macau and Guangdong governments, they often cooperate to introduce some meaningful internship programs that is for Macau students to experience the working environments in the Greater Bay Area, and even throughout the whole Chinese mainland. And this has enhanced the labor mobility between Macau and the mainland. As a result, more young talents, they are willing to explore opportunities outside the traditional sectors and even outside of Macau, which truly helps to broaden their career horizons.
Now we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Macau's return to the motherland. So, what messages would you like to share with your hometown?
I am very happy and I'm beyond honored to have witnessed the growth of Macau, and I look forward to even more progress and achievements in the future.
Thanks, Xiaowei. Thank you for joining us and share your stories with us.